Hi guys, thank you for joining me today. Just wanted to do a reading around a message from Spirit for you guys. And this message was meant to find you today. So I'm excited to hear what sort of surprises you guys have in store for you. I have 3 piles to choose from here for you guys. The first pile here we have is Dove. Speaks of peace, reassurance, resolution, and the affirmation is peace rises gently from within my heart, and my path is blessed with grace. And you have the root chakra, and we also have the obsidian stone. The second pile here to choose from is Kingfisher, which is poise, prosperity, happiness, and the affirmation is I am rich with abundance, blessings, and grace. And then you have the throat chakra stone here. And for your 2 stones, we have lazulite, which speaks of serenity and peace. And then you also have the lapis lazuli, which speaks of royalty, transformation, and immortality. So you got 2 stones there for pile number 2. And then for pile number 3, you have turkey, which is confidence, harvest, good things ahead. Affirmation is I strut my soul stuff in the world with confidence and charisma. And for the stone, you have the cobalto calcite, which speaks of love, emotional healing, and compassion. So take a look at these 3 piles. Pause them if you have to, but whichever pile you are feeling a little more drawn to, then that would be your pile. So yeah, take a look, let me know which one, and then we'll see you here soon. All right, hi guys. We'll start with pile number 1. I'm just going to move pile number 2 and pile number 3 aside for now, and we will get started with pile number 1. Hi, pile number 1. If you picked in the root chakra here, the stone, and the obsidian, this reading is for you. So if you skip the intro, we will be sharing a message from Spirit for you. And I do believe this message was intended for you to hear. If you clicked on me and are sticking around this far, then please stick around to hear what message Spirit has for you. And all right. So we have the storm. We have the obsidian stone. I respect the property of others. We have the biome. We have complacency. We will get the guidance oracle card shortly, and then your tarot. So we do have the Princess of Wands, which is the Page of Wands in reverse. We have the 5 of Discs, which is the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Fool in reverse. I'm just going to move this aside there. We have the 5 of Wands in reverse. And we have the Lovers upright. All right, so what I'm sensing from pile number 1 is that you guys have been kind of in a very dark place for quite some time, and when I say dark, mostly in your mind. There's been not really a lot of peace of mind. There has been kind of almost like a tug of war between your heart and your mind for a lot of you guys, and I think at this point in time, you guys, most of you guys are just really have had enough. We're really tired of having to deal with the mental struggle, and are kind of at your wit's end with a lot of what's been going on around you in your environment. So because we have a lot of the cards in reverse really speak of, you know, in this case would be transitioning out of a lot of these feelings. So feeling kind of down and out, feeling as though you've been not able to really drive with a lot of your inspiration or a lot of your drive because you've been either held back by something, not really sure if making, you know, a blind move makes a lot of sense. There's been a lot of challenges and struggles, but I sense you guys are coming out of this period. And a lot of you guys have been kind of torn between making maybe a decision that will impact your life, either with another person or with a partnership, or just a major decision that would impact your life. And really at this point, I see that the choice is to kind of maybe keep status quo, or venture off into unexplored territory and see kind of what's going on. But this option would request that you give a lot of yourself. So you would have to essentially commit yourself. So either it'd be a lot of distance or travel involved. There might be some, you know, digging into maybe some deep sides of your character that maybe you're not so comfortable with digging into. Could be, you know, both of these requests would be required for you to move forward with this. I do sense also for a lot of you guys that there's other people involved, so to make a decision would impact a lot of other individuals, and that you're not quite wanting to either, you know, risk what's going on with other individuals that surround you to make choices that would probably cause a little bit of upheaval potentially in their life, but still want to be able to be kind of true to yourself and follow what it is that is going to bring you essentially peace and fill your heart up with the peace that you've been, you know, looking for. So Spirit is here to give you the message, which again, this said dove here, peace, reassurance, and resolution. And because you picked the root chakra, which speaks of safety, security, scattered energies, you know, anxiety, fear, that type of stuff. Really, Spirit is here to assure you that there will be peace and security in the decisions that you move forward with, and that you're on the right path of, you know, picking a path that's going to provide you this resolution and reassurance that you've been looking for. And I think despite all of the challenges and the struggles, deep down, you're kind of already aware of which path it is that's going to be most peaceful and reassuring in the long run. But unfortunately, it is the path of the most upheaval and storm in the short term. But it does speak about, you know, having that interconnectionness amongst all the individuals involved, that over time it will bring abundance and peace to others, and not just you, in making this, you know, this decision to sort of move ahead with your plans here for yourself. The obsidian stone, which I'll actually read for you guys, speaks of the shadows, mirror, and amorphous. It talks about, okay, so it says, a dark and mysterious crystal, obsidian reaches into the depths of our shadows, shedding light on what needs to be healed in order to move forward. Obsidian serves as a mirror, revealing our deepest truths. Obsidian crystalline structure is amorphous, moving beyond conventional time to dip into the past, present, and future, and wielding great power to clear any obstacles. Use obsidian as a shield against psychic attacks and to ground your base chakra back to planet Earth. So, you know, the fact that you guys picked the root chakra, here the base chakra, you know, you're going to want to maybe even carry a grounding stone. Doesn't necessarily need to be obsidian, even though obsidian is a very good grounding stone, but just to be able to, you know, protect your energy as far as wanting to make sure that you're not open to psychic attacks, which could easily mean you have a very sensitive mental state right now going on, and it's very easy for you to kind of doubt yourself and switch courses. So even if people mean well or want to provide advice or maybe try to steer you in a certain way, it may cause doubt and make you unclear about your path and cause, you know, instead of progression, it may cause you to go backwards. So we'll read what the Dove card says. It says, hand your worries to the divine feminine. Trust that she knows how to create solutions without force or aggression. You have the ability to settle your mind by turning into your heart and letting go. Don't wait for things to be in order before you feel at peace. Give yourself to peace and trust in your heart right now. Even the most daunting problems can be resolved more gracefully than you realize. Letting go will bring resolution more quickly and graciously. The divine feminine is reassuring you that all is well. So that's exactly what we were talking about, you know, trusting that the decision that you're on, or I guess the decision you make, the path that you're on, even though it may be the stormiest, it might seem as though it's impacting, you know, individuals in a way that might not seem beneficial at this point. It is the path that's going to create the most peace and, you know, the most peace for everyone really involved in this situation. And put your heart at ease, you know, like complacency could very well be, you know, showing you that even though maybe things aren't going in a very bad direction, but they're also not going in a very good direction, it could still bring a lot of pain. It could still bring a lot of unhappiness to an individual. That even the storm, you know, there's things to be learned throughout the storm. So yeah, you know, work on just kind of trusting that your decisions that you make are coming from a place of your heart, and that you're going to be guided to make the right decisions to move yourself forward out of complacency, but into, you know, a state that's going to allow you to be in balance and also provide the balance that individuals around you need after this storm period. So we do have the Gratitude Oracle, which speaks of understanding. So I think for the most part, this understanding, sorry, there's a little mosquito here and I thought it was a spider. So all shows would be off with this little spider. Okay, so this understanding does speak about, you know, having that understanding for yourself. I feel right now that you're giving everyone else maybe the compassion or the listening ear, but not really extending that understanding or compassion to yourself when it comes to your ideas, or maybe, you know, you might think some ideas might be a little outlandish or something that maybe doesn't seem realistic in this, you know, time in your life, and to maybe say them out loud would be maybe make you feel as though you're being selfish or foolish, or but the universe is saying to have some understanding within yourself, to give yourself that same support you would others, you know, if they were in this situation, to hear out those ideas and play them out. Because I feel a lot of you guys might have stopped your ideas before they've even really gained traction in your mind, to maybe develop and play them out in your mind, to let them kind of maybe fester and grow into actual ideas. So play them out in your mind, you know, give yourself the same understanding or compassion you would to anyone else. But yeah, I do think that Spirit had a good message for you guys. I know it for some of you guys, because you do have, you know, a lot of fives here in your tarot. 5 does speak of challenges, but it also speaks of change, and you're kind of really in the midst of the change. So it could seem as though this is like a very, very tough situation to go either which way. But the fact that, you know, you're kind of at the peak of this, at this point of change, that really the goal would be worth risking, you know, taking these steps rather than staying in complacency and being not very content within yourself. So yeah, this is all I have here for pile number 1. Thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy, and we are so grateful to Spirit for sharing this message with us today. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, I am Fancy for Glass on YouTube. I also go by Prairie Vintage Jewelry. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, leave a comment, or you can join me for pile number 2 and pile number 3. Talk to you soon. Hello, pile number 2. If you guys picked the Kingfisher card and the throat chakra stone, pyramid stone, this reading is for you. So if you skip the intro, we will be sharing a message today from Spirit. And this message was made to find you. So I do believe that there will be a message here to help guide you in your journey right now. And if you want, you can certainly join us in pile number 1 or pile number 3. And we will pull some tarot as well. Just slide this over. Okay, so you guys are the only pile that got 2 stones. You guys got the lapis lazuli, and you also got the lazulite, both blue. So it's kind of coincidental that the throat chakra also came out here. So the throat chakra speaks of well, being able to speak and communicate clearly. You know, maybe someone's too shy or withdrawn to express themselves. Maybe there's some anxiety around speaking your truth. The Kingfisher card says poise, prosperity, and happiness. The affirmation is I am rich with abundance, blessings, and grace. So what I'm picking up right now is that you guys are really closing yourselves off to a lot right now, and turning inwards. So you might be keeping yourselves really busy, either with work or with an activity where you're kind of just keeping your mind busy. But in the meantime, there's a lot going on inside your mind, that when you kind of step out of that activity, then it all kind of comes, you know, flushing back to you. You really feel like maybe you shouldn't bother other people with your own issues and what you're kind of experiencing. Everything here is really pointing to being able to speak and communicate and open up and express yourself. You're kind of feeling as though if you just keep on with how you're doing things, that eventually this cycle would end. But really, you're just compacting your own emotions. And you're kind of drowning your true self. You know, we do see that the Nine of Cups here is in reverse, and the Nine of Cups can really speak of what it is that you truly want. But you're not really speaking to what it is that you really want. The Mother of Swords, which would speak of clarity, being able to have the clarity to speak your truth and really say what it is that you're thinking and communicate clarity and truth. It's blocked at this time, you know. I feel like there's been a lot of cycles in your life that's not all connected, but have always kind of put you in a position to have to, or you feel you have to, maybe not communicate your truth or not express what it is that you want, and kind of put yourself and your happiness behind others in the circumstance, you know, which kind of puts you out. And that you're kind of waiting for those cycles to end to say, okay, I'm going to now start to do something. But that seems to keep popping up and progressing in your life. Like this situation just keeps kind of repeating, where then will be a different situation where you're unable to communicate what it is, your truth, and then you're kind of left out in the cold to be able to express yourself and clearly communicate what you want, even though your whole intent is to be able to drive forward to communicate what it is that you're wanting, you know, what would truly make you happy and bring you happiness and prosperity. And just kind of keeping busy has been keeping you afloat, barely, right? The lapis lazuli talks about, which you can certainly carry around, but talks about, it says, royalty, transformation, and immortality. Regal in all forms, the lapis lazuli was most prized and sought after in ancient Egypt, when it was believed to have powers of immortality and the ability to expand the heart's capacity for love. Lapis lazuli guides the soul and protects its journey from life to death. True wisdom comes from within, and lapis lazuli facilitates that by unearthing your core truths. This stone appears when you're ready for spiritual transformation and takes you to the depths of who you are, unveiling deeper awareness so that you can become the leader of your own life. So I couldn't have said that any better, really. If you're not communicating and putting out your truths and transforming into this individual, you'll forever be, you know, stuck in the cycle. Because I think a lot of you guys are aware of what your truths are, but until you can fully articulate and express and put out there into the world, you can't really transform yourself. It's more like just a wish that you can't have, a way of being that you wish you'd be able to do, you know, and putting yourself out and waiting until everything else is done or everyone else is done or something is done before doing that. You're kind of just pushing this out into another situation. You have the lazulite, which says cosmic serenity and peace, which would also be a good stone to carry. It says the cosmic forces are at play with lazulite, bringing serenity, peace, and tranquility to anyone who crosses paths with the stone. Lazulite comes from the Arabic word lazaward, meaning sky or heaven, and referring to the sky blue color of the stone's surface. It stimulates the third eye, drawing out psychic and intuitive abilities and dispelling worry, anxiety, stress to promote a clear state of mind. The lazulite, when you need extra strength to heal addictive habits and to give yourself that inner peace against personal demons. So maybe a lot of you guys have this internal dialogue that's been going on for a while that you might not even realize you're still having with yourself, you know. And I sense that a lot of you guys are intuitive and have the ability to use your intuition, but aren't really acting on it. you know your truths but aren't speaking it, you know what you want but aren't really putting it out there. Might be a good idea just to kind of jot down what it is that, you know, you want, maybe even just in simple form. And start off kind of, you know, your base things that you kind of want to accomplish. Start off small and just kind of work your way through that list. With the Kingfisher, again, it's talking about poise, prosperity, and happiness. I am rich with abundance, blessings, and grace. So it says positive changes are due to happen in an area you are currently concerned about. This may be in your love life, finances, or living arrangements. Relationships are matters of emotional, psychological, and physical well-being. Put your faith in brighter days ahead. Open your heart. Give yourself permission to be free. The simple practice of mindfully paying attention to one task at a time will help you relax and recognize the blessings that seek entry to your world. What would it take to make you laugh and feel joy again? Embrace this. So yeah, I'm feeling a lot of you guys probably haven't sensed joy, you know, keeping up with everything else to kind of stuff down what it is that you want, or to really embrace what it is you want and go after and you know, put it out to the world. Because just wanting it isn't really going to completely manifest it. You're going to have to act on it. So to speak about manifestation, you know, yes, you can definitely, you know, visualize and have an optimistic outlook. But let's say, as an example, if you want to bring in, you know, let's say more abundance, like monetary, so you want to have more money in your life, and you get an opportunity to get a new job, but you don't apply yourself, you know, to it, but you do see that there is a position available that you can go apply to, and you just kind of hope and wish. You're not really going to fulfill that. I mean, the material or the manifestation of the job coming to you is the manifestation, but you really have to apply yourself to what it is that you want to accomplish. Or in love, let's say you want to have a partner of true love, but then, you know, you have an opportunity maybe to go somewhere or to meet someone, but then you don't do it. Well, you know, you've manifested the opportunity, but you've passed on the actual act. So there is still some skin in the game that you need to have to be able to, you know, connect what it is that you're manifesting and what it is that you want into the real world. And I do believe it starts with being honest with yourself and others around you, not just internally, but out loud, right? And not burying yourself in work or other activities that are going to just tide you over, you know, till the next day and the next day. So we do have the Gratitude Oracle, and this card says self-care. So, I mean, you know, part of self-care is making yourself feel like you're looking good, feeling good, putting the effort into, you know, your appearance or how you're feeling about yourself. Stopping what you're doing to really just take a look, even how you're speaking, what you're doing in the present moment. As a self-care, I think really speaks to that present moment self-care, because just thinking, you know, eventually I will do this or that, you're just kind of putting things off. But being able to stop and, you know, in this case, I mean, she's focused on her physical appearance, which, you know, in turn may make her feel internally better about herself. Might be what some of you guys need, right? Because I think internally a lot of you guys know what it is that you're wanting for quite some time now, what you want to go after, what would bring you happiness. But it's kind of tying that last piece in. That's a struggle. So I do wish you, pile number 2, all the very best. I'm so grateful that I was able to tap into your energy and that Spirit was able to share with us this message today. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, or you could send me a message if you're interested in a personal reading. But I do love you guys. Love and light. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you'd like, you can take a look at video number 1 or join us for pile number 3. Thank you so much. Hello, pile number 3. If you picked the solar plexus pyramid chakra stone and this calcite stone and the turkey, then this is your reading. If you skip the intro, we will be sharing a message from Spirit that you were guided to hear today. And I do feel as though Spirit has sent you here to this video to hear this important message. And if you like, you can certainly take a look at pile number 1 or pile number 2 if you were drawn to either of those piles. So we have the village, we have turkey, confidence, harvest, and good things ahead. I strap my soul stuff in a world with confidence and charisma. And then the solar plexus pyramid stone speaks of self-esteem, willpower, pleasure, control issues, manipulative tendencies. And we have the calcite, which speaks of love, emotional healing, compassion. I keep the waters pure. Ice, trickery. So we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Empress, the Eight of Swords. Just going to shuffle this down here. Can get all that. And we have the Page of Swords. So I am picking up for a lot of you guys that you may feel as though you're in a situation where you're not getting the best treatment. And like, for example, take a look at this card here, right? The squirrel here, you know, he's looking at the dragon, and the dragon looks like he's offering this acorn to the squirrel, but it doesn't look like he's really trustworthy. And the squirrel is, you know, looks like he's trying to talk to the dragon, and the dragon looks like he's maybe trying to figure out a way to convince the squirrel to, I don't know, do something, and he'll give him this acorn that's kind of hidden back there. You know, the village speaks of, what I'm seeing here is lots of individuals, almost like even a karma. It goes around, kind of comes around. Lots of people could possibly be impacted by other people's decisions. You know, even the Queen of Wands in reverse can speak of manipulation. Maybe not being completely honest or not knowing to be honest. So maybe somebody, you know, in this situation is not being in the up and up, and you're trying to keep things honest and pure. Like this says, I keep the waters pure, and then you got purity and ice. I mean, I can't make this stuff up. I just shuffled. These are cards. I haven't even seen them yet, right? Like being able to be the honest one or drive an honest book forward, while there might be things going on that aren't on the up and up. You know, the Eight of Swords can speak of feeling trapped in a situation where you have a lot of anxiety, frustration. A lot of it is really more putting up with a situation that you're able to release yourself from. And maybe you guys know you're able to release yourself from this, but just kind of sticking around to, I don't know, maybe see, it's a mosquito, maybe see where this connection can go, or how, you know, things can progress in this situation. The Page of Swords also can be, you know, coming in with new clarity, but maybe some information that's not as positive as maybe one would like. So we'll read this Cobalto Calcite, which speaks of love, emotional healing, compassion. It says, love is all you need, especially with Cobalto Calcite, a stone of unconditional love and forgiveness. This crystal promotes emotional healing above all else. It fosters compassion for yourself, excluding the confidence that your self-worth can only be cultivated from within. Exuding the confidence that your self-worth can only be cultivated from within. Self-love rituals are encouraged with this stone, especially those that nourish and honor your body as a temple. Cobalto Calcite amplifies the vibration of love, nurturing your inner child and giving you endless energetic hugs. You are always supported. You know, it might be a good stone to hang on to while you're in this period. I'm getting for a lot of you guys, maybe this is, you know, a situation where you're still kind of hanging on to where you might have been tricked or manipulated and are trying to move forward from it. The Turkey card says confidence, harvest good things ahead. I struck my soul stuff in the world with confidence and charisma. So good things take time to grow, and your time to shine will come. Practice gratitude and develop an abundant attitude, because the universe wishes to bestow many blessings upon you. Know that you are worthy of receiving good things in your life. You have plentiful resources to share with others, so it is safe to enjoy giving freely to others. Be open and healing from past wounds around male energy. Connect with healthy pride and confidence to boost your esteem and give you the courage and worth to apply yourself to your goals. So, I mean, again, you know, all of this kind of got blended together. This self-esteem, keeping things pure, unconditional love, you know, being potentially tricked or manipulated, or feeling as though you're tricked or manipulated in a situation where maybe there wasn't any clarity or direct communication, you know. I'm getting for some of you guys as well, maybe there was something to do with a pregnancy perhaps, or a huge opportunity to really cultivate something, you know, to take something off the ground and to be kind of robbed of it. And again, back to the village, you know, people involved, like maybe there was communication that, you know, something that was supposed to happen or impact a bunch of people, or, you know, never happened, or the course changed. I just feel like it's not only impacting you, but it's also impacting a lot of individuals kind of around you as well, whatever it was that had happened. So you're going to read the Gratitude Oracle. So this is effort. So you see a kid looking at this firecracker, you know, but to get the firecracker going, someone would have had to light the firecracker to get the joy and the thrill and, you know, have all this kind of come out of this firecracker. So it's almost like in order to spark something again, you're gonna have to take that step to trust, or take that step to, you know, reignite what it is inside you that you want to manifest. I mean, keeping the waters pure and purity ice is really peaceful and serene and speaks of honesty and purity. I just feel like a lot of you guys are coming from a place of purity and honesty, and really around you in the village is this maybe potentially manipulative or trickery, or you feel like it's a situation, circumstance is kind of out of your control, but you're the only one that can take the blindfold off and free yourself from whatever situation that you're in, and remembering that, you know, there is unconditional love out there for you, and trusting that. You know, I know it's easy to say, but really believing it. So pile number 3, this is your reading. I am so thankful that you allowed me to read your energy today, and we are so grateful to spirits to convey this message. And I really appreciate you guys joining me. If you are so inclined, please take a listen to pile number 1 or pile number 2 if you were drawn to that. And love and light. Bless you guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.